breaking news that's coming in. The portfolio allocations have been done and Smriti Irani is out of HRD. So clearly Narendra Modi has walked the talk and really pushed for a major cabinet rejig. Till a short while ago, we thought that this was just an expansion. Look at what Mr. Modi has done. He's surprised us yet again. And let's give the Prime Minister, some would say, credit for now going in for major reshuffle. The big news is Smriti Irani has lost the HRD Ministry and Sadanand Gowda has lost the Law Minister. And it is Prakash Javedekar, who we said was the big winner. Look at what he's got. He's now got the HRD Ministry. So Prakash Javedekar moving from environment to HRD. Smriti Irani is out of the HRD Ministry. That's the big news that's coming in at the moment. Rahul Kaval joining me with the very latest. Venkaiah Naidu also losing parliamentary affairs. What does all this mean? This is now a major reallocation of portfolios, and all the criticism of Mr. Modi will actually now go out of the window with these big changes that he's made. This is
absolutely,
genuinely a
Rajdeep. India
performance
today has
review.
been able to exclusively at this time access. This is not playing on any other station just yet. We've got the final list of the new Modi cabinet. Now I want to take our viewers through it, starting right at the top with Rajnath Singh, who continues as Home Minister. Sushma Swaraj continues as External Affairs Minister. Arun Jaitley has had his wings clipped terribly because he's lost INB. What's interesting though is INB seems to have been sent to Venkaiah Naidu. Remember, the initial impression was that Arun Jaitley is overworked, that finance needs a dedicated hand, which is why there was a sense that INB could be given to somebody else. Instead, Venkaiah Naidu, who's already Minister of Housing and Urban Poverty Alleviation, already Minister for Urban Development, he has been given information and broadcasting. Arun Jaitley, one of the big losers. Nitin Gadkari continues as Road Transport and Highways Minister, Shipping Minister. Manohar Parrikar continues as Defence Minister. Suresh Prabhu continues as Railway Minister. Sadanand Gowda is no longer the Law Minister. He is now in charge of Statistics and Program Implementation. So a big thumbs down also for Sadanand Gowda. Uma Bharti continues as Water Resources, River Development and Ganga Rejuvenation Minister. Nachma Abdullah continues as Minority Affairs Minister. Ramvilas Paswan continues as Consumer Affairs, Food and Public Distribution Minister. Kalraj Mishra, Micro, Small and Medium Enterprises. Maneka Gandhi, remember there was a lot of talk about how her portfolio could be changed. There was a buzz around how the Prime Minister was upset with some of the comments that she's made. That's made no change. She continues as Women and Child Development Minister. Anand Kumar, Chemicals and Fertilizers. He was one of the options for health. That hasn't happened. He's also the Parliamentary Affairs Minister. Ravi Shankar Prasad has been given Law and Justice, a very significant move here. He's an eminent lawyer himself. He's been given Law and Justice. He's also got Electronics and Information Technology. He has lost the telecom portfolio. So he's now Law and Justice Minister, Electronics and IT. Jagat Nadda stays as the Health and Family Welfare Minister. There was talk about how the government may not be particularly happy with his performance, but he stays as Minister. Ashok Gajpati Raju continues as Civil Aviation Minister. Anand Gite continues as Heavy Industries and Public Enterprises Minister. Harsimrat Kaur Badal continues as Food Processing Minister. Narendra Singh Tomar is now the Rural Development Minister. He's also Minister for Panchayati Raj. And drinking water and sanitation. So Narendra Singh Tomar getting 3 significant portfolios. Chaudhry Birinder Singh is now in steel. Jewel Oram is Tribal Affairs Minister. Radha Mohan Singh and Rajdeep, you are asking again and again about his fate because of his strong RSS antecedents. Despite the fact that there is a sense that he hasn't done as much as he should have in agriculture, he stays on as Agriculture and Farmers Welfare Minister. Thawar Singh Gehlot, Social Justice and Empowerment Minister. SS Ahluwalia, one second, just give me a moment because there are lots of names. I'm trying to ensure I don't miss out on any. SS Ahluwalia is coming in as Minister for State for Agriculture and Farmers Welfare. Ramdas Athavale has got Social Justice and Empowerment. Ram Kirpal Yadav, MOS for Rural Development. Hari Bhai Chaudhary, Small and Medium Enterprises. Giriraj Singh continues as Micro, Small and Medium Enterprises. I just want to look. Give me a second, there are lots of sheets. I want to look for Smriti Irani because that's one of the big changes. Smriti Irani, one of the big losers in this cabinet reshuffle. She is now in charge only of textiles. She is no longer in charge of the all-important HRD Ministry. The HRD Ministry has gone to Shri Prakash Javedekar. He's one of the big gainers. Remember, he was possibly considered as one of the front runners to be INB minister instead of Jaitley. He's got the all-important HRD Ministry. He has emerged as one of the biggest gainers. One of the biggest losers, Smriti Irani. Another big loser, Arun Jaitley, losing out on finance, losing out on INB, sticking on to finance. But it's Venkaiah Naidu who gets INB. So that clearly is a very strong message being sent to Arun Jaitley. Let me now come to Ministers of State with independent charge. Rao Inderjeet Singh, planning, independent charge, urban development, housing and poverty alleviation. Bandaru Dattatreya stays on as Labour and Employment Minister. Rajiv Pratap Rudy, skill development and entrepreneurship. Vijay Goyal has the charge he had earlier, youth affairs and sports. He also is Minister of State for water resources, river development. Shripad Rao Nayak continues as Ayush Minister. Dharmendra Pradhan, independent charge, petroleum and natural gas. Piyush Goyal, power, coal. Remember, there was talk about how Piyush Goyal could be given a promotion. That hasn't happened. Jitendra Singh, development of the Northeast region, the Prime Minister's office, personal and public grievances. Nirmala Sitharaman, independent charge for commerce and industry. Mahesh Sharma, again independent charge. He didn't get a leg up and get a promotion. Culture, tourism. Manoj Sinha, communications, independent charge. So the communications ministry has gone to Manoj Sinha. He stays on as MOS in railways. Anil Madhav Dave coming in, independent charge for environment, forest and climate change. That's interesting because that's another big gainer right there. Anil Madhav Dave coming as Minister for Environment, which is the portfolio that Prakash Javedekar had earlier. VK Singh stays on as MOS for External Affairs. Santosh Kumar Gangwar, MOS Finance. Faggan Singh Kulaste being brought in. He's the man from the cash for vote sting operation that Rajdeep you'd remember very well. He's been made Minister of State for Health and Family Welfare. Mukhtar Abbas Naqvi stays on as a MOS for Minority Affairs and Parliamentary Affairs. He was hoping to get a promotion. That hasn't happened. SS Aluwalia, I told you, was Agriculture and Farmers Welfare. Then GM Siddeshwara coming in as Heavy Industries and Public Enterprises. Ramesh Chanapa, Drinking Water. So it goes on. Parshottam Rupala has got Agriculture, Farmers Welfare. Shri MJ Akbar coming in as External Affairs, MOS. That's a significant post that MJ Akbar has got. Upendra Kushwaha, HRD, MOS. Kiran Rijiju, MOS, Home Affairs. He stays there. Sanjeev Balyan, Water Resources, River Development. So the big changes, Rajdeep, there are the ones that I just read out. Jayant Sinha has only civil aviation written on his name, which essentially means...
Are we saying he is now the civil aviation minister of the country?
No, Rajdeep, he's not.
Has he lost banking?
No, so he seems to have lost his MOS for finance. He's now MOS in civil aviation. That's a big change. Clearly, the Prime Minister doesn't seem to be happy with the team helming the Finance Ministry. This is a letdown of sorts because as MOS for Finance, Jayant Sinha had this grand international profile, meeting with investment bankers, trying to bring FDI into India. His name on the release that's been put out just says MOS for Civil Aviation. There's no finance mentioned there. Rajyavardhan Rathore stays on as MOS INB. Babul Supriya, Urban Development, Housing and Poverty Alleviation. Niranjan Jyoti, Food Processing. Vijay Sampla, Social Justice. Arjun Meghwal, Finance, Corporate Affairs. So big change.
Can I get some clarity? Who is the Parliamentary Affairs Minister? Because Venkaiah Naidu, as per what you said, has lost Parliamentary Affairs. He retains Urban Development and also gets INB. So who is the Parliamentary Affairs Minister? Do we have a full cabinet rank minister in Parliamentary Affairs?
Give me a moment, Rajdeep. We're breaking the story live to our viewers. And as I told you, in front of Venkaiah Naidu's name, you've got Urban Development, Poverty and Housing, Urban Poverty Alleviation and Housing. That's what's written in front of Venkaiah Naidu's name. You're now asking who's the new Parliamentary Affairs Minister.
And who's the new INB Minister?
Parliamentary Affairs Minister is Anand Kumar. I read that out. Right. It's number 15. Anand Kumar is Chemicals and Fertilizer. He's also the Parliamentary Affairs Minister. You asked about INB. Yes. INB has got Venkaiah Naidu's name in front. So Venkaiah Naidu is Urban Development, Housing and INB. That's the point I was making, Rajdeep. Remember, earlier it was said that finance is a big portfolio. Right. Therefore, let's divest Arun Jaitley of INB. Somebody else can take it on as an independent charge. That's a big meaty portfolio. But essentially, you've given Venkaiah Naidu an additional portfolio while you've taken it away from Arun Jaitley. There's a big message there. He's also unhappy with his MOS for finance. So clearly the finance ministry, in the manner in which was run, the Prime Minister not very happy with it, Rajdeep.
Some clarity also on telecom, because there has been a question mark. From what you've said, Ravi Shankar Prasad will not be the telecom minister. Who is the new telecom minister?
So Ravi Shankar Prasad is now Law and Justice and Electronics and IT.
Right.
That's the portfolio that Ravi Shankar Prasad has. Give me a moment.
But that means he continues as IT minister. I am presuming that he will retain telecom.
No, but there's a separate communications portfolio
which
is with an independent charge. Give me half a second, Rajdeep. Communications is with Manoj Sinha. He was the Minister of State for Railways. Right. Now he's been given communications with independent charge, and he stays on as MOS for Railways. So clearly it's a big leg up for Manoj Sinha.
But the big story is clearly Smriti Irani, the big loser.
Absolutely.
The biggest story of this at the moment of this cabinet expansion is Smriti Irani is out of HRD. She was her supporters said she was extremely dynamic. Her critics said she was just in the wrong space. She was out of her depth. Either way, the controversial minister, in some ways, the charismatic Smriti Irani, is now in textiles. She's out of the HRD ministry. It is now Prakash Javedekar who is seeing a dramatic rise in his fortunes, who's the new HRD minister. One would say that is the biggest story that's coming in, even though other ministers like Sadanand Gowda have also lost their ministries. He's lost law, which has now gone to Ravi Shankar Prasad. So major changes. Narendra Modi has once again surprised everyone, including those who felt that where was the stamp of Narendra Modi on this government. You're seeing the stamp. Arun Jaitley has lost INB. He retains finance and corporate affairs. As Rahul was pointing out, major shift in Jayant Sinha's portfolio. He's now moved. He's lost MOS finance. He's got MOS civil aviation instead. These are tectonic changes. Let me get a first reaction from you, GVL Narasimha Rao. What do I make out of the fact that Smriti Irani loses HRD? Is this now about efficiency? Are we to then say that the Prime Minister found that Smriti Irani had not performed?
Rajdeep, I think the fact that all of them retain their positions, all of them, most of them have continued in their role as cabinet ministers, clearly shows the confidence that the Prime Minister enjoys in their ability. I think when there is such a reassessment or rearrangement of the ministry, Council of Ministers after 2 years, I think there are bound to be some changes.
No, but this
cannot. Textiles is a very important ministry.
One minute, sir.
Textiles in terms of employment.
Sir, 1 minute. If you have said that this exercise was a performance review on the criteria of energy, efficiency and experience, Sadanand Gowda losing law, Ravi Shankar Prasad losing telecom, Smriti Irani losing the Ministry of HRD, Arun Jaitley being divested of INB, the other big changes in rural development, Jitendra Singh losing rural development, Jayant Sinha losing MOS finance, being reshuffled, yes, moved to lesser portfolios in some of these cases. How do I interpret it? Should I just see it in terms of these three criteria? How should I see it?
I think this would be a very uncharitable remark for anyone to make, and possibly I think out of lack of exposure, because obviously Prime Minister has a 360-degree view of the entire government. You don't have it, neither I have it. I think he certainly knows how to enhance the efficiency of his government with the same set of ministers, with additional ministers added to it. Right. I think all the ministries that you mentioned, all of them are significant ministries.
Right. So
I think finance itself is a huge ministry.
So you're saying it's unfair on my part to say that someone has been downsized or someone has been elevated. You're saying this should be seen as a routine exercise.
And not a routine exercise. I think there is certainly a lot of thinking that has gone into it.
Sure.
And certain individuals, their strengths and their ability to deliver better, give more efficiency in a ministry, I think could be a reason why they have been rearranged.
Okay.
I think textiles, I would like to tell you, is a very important ministry, having the largest employment in the country, having the largest potential to increase employment in the country. It certainly features as a very important ministry for the government.
Let me turn to a quick response from the opposition. RP and Singh, let's be clear. You were a short while ago questioning this cabinet expansion. Let's be fair to Mr. Narendra Modi. He suddenly, in this reshuffle, proved that he is, as usual, a risk taker. This is not a prime minister who simply is unwilling to take risks. He sent out a message. No Sadanand Gowda in law. Smriti Irani out of HRD. These are major changes. Arun Jaitley has been told clearly that you must focus on finance, forget about INB. These are strong messages sent out. Let's be fair to the Prime Minister.
Well, Rajdeep, I will be fair to the Prime Minister. The whole country knows in the last 2 years, all the big ministries are being run by the Prime Minister. So the cabinet ministers have actually had no work to do. This routine makeover and having 19 additional ministers coming in, all the ministers who were already sworn in the first time around didn't have any work to do because every ministry was being run by the PMO. So I don't know what these 19 extra
forget the 19
ministers
extra
are going to do instead.
Forget the 19 extra
public money.
Senior ministers. I don't think the Congress party under Manmohan Singh would ever act against their senior ministers in the manner in which the Prime Minister has acted today. Clearly, he sent out lots of signals that even people who are close to him will be acted against if they have not performed. Why not give the Prime Minister credit today?
Rajdeep, I'm coming to the, let's come to what the reality is. Lot of which ministries are being run by the Prime Minister and what senior ministers in the BJP government are doing, you and I both know and the country knows who are running these ministries. This makeover to try and show that he's going to bring about more capable people. Some people haven't been doing any work, but all the ministries are being run by the PMO. What performance are the ministers going to do when their ministries are being dominated and all instructions are being done by the PMO? We have the foreign minister, foreign policy being run from the PMO.
Rajdeep.
We have the home ministry run by the home minister, by the PMO. So what kind of makeover are we talking about when all the ministries are being run by the PMO? You can get as many ministers as you want, but we know all the ministries, who's running and what kind of work senior ministers in this government have.
Rajdeep,
yes.
I think this is farcical. This is farcical because in the UPA government, the Prime Minister himself was a nominee of 10 Janpath, and then all the decisions were made out of 10 Janpath, and that's the Congress model of running government. Prime Minister Mr. Narendra Modi is an elected Prime Minister.
Well, Mr.
People
Narasimha
have
Rao,
reposed faith in him.
when you saw capable
he
ministers
is the
like
buck stops
Mr.
with the Prime Minister.
Mr.
He is
Mr.
mainly,
Chidambaram
he is the,
turning
I
around
didn't interrupt you when you
turning around-
spoke. Please
turning
wait.
around the
Please
Yeah,
wait for your turn. Please
RP
wait.
and Singh, no interrupting.
RP and
No,
Singh,
no
please
interrupting.
wait.
It's not fair. Let's try to do a new
So
form
Prime-
of television without interrupting. But keep your answer short, please, Narasimha Rao.
Yeah, I think the Prime Minister is ultimately accountable to the people of the country, and he has to have an understanding, or he has to have a watch on what's happening in this government. And in the Congress government, in the UPA government, no minister reported to Mr. Manmohan Singh. Everyone looked up to Ten Janpath and Sonia Gandhi. And Rahul Gandhi had the gumption to tear the papers, to tear the ordinance that was passed by the Manmohan Singh government. I think that's the Congress model of government. Completely emasculating the office of the Prime Minister. Here you have a Prime Minister elected by the people of the country, and he has taken the charge of his government. What's wrong with it?
Okay.
That's what people expect from the Prime Minister.
Okay, just for our viewers who are joining us, this is the story that's been broken here on India Today TV First. All the ministers, Vijay Goel back in an old ministry of his Sports and Youth Affairs, which he had, remember, when he was in the Vajpayee government. This is a massive now cabinet reshuffle that the Prime Minister has undertaken. The stamp of Narendra Modi is visible in this reshuffle. Prakash Javedekar getting HRD, Ravi Shankar Prasad moving to the Law Ministry, MJ Akbar becomes MOS External Affairs. We believe he will be put in charge of West Asia. Massive cabinet rejig. So the Prime Minister is making some kind of an effort, we believe, to send a signal. Was Smriti Irani a non-performer? Some of her critics certainly said so. Her supporters said she was charismatic and a doer, but clearly she had alienated a number of people. She's now moved to textiles, which others are saying is also a ministry where she could perform, because It is a ministry which is potentially an employment generator, but it isn't as high profile as HRD. So she's lost a high profile portfolio. Prakash Javedekar, the big winner. The other big story, of course, is Arun Jaitley. He's out of INB. Venkaiah Naidu is now the new INB minister in addition to urban development. And you've got a situation where Arun Jaitley losing his INB ministry, but he retains finance and corporate affairs. So he does become an important player in this government. The other big change, of course, as I said, Venkaiah Naidu retaining urban development, but he losing parliamentary affairs. That's gone to Anant Kumar. Many believed that Venkaiah was seen as too abrasive to be an effective parliamentary affairs minister. Anant Kumar, on the other hand, is seen as more accommodating. He is, of course, chemicals and fertilizer, but he now gets the parliamentary affairs ministry. So Anant Kumar will be the one who will have to, in a sense, pilot this monsoon session and the potential GST bill. MJ Akbar gets MOS external affairs. We are told that it will primarily involve areas like West Asia, where Mr. Akbar could, given his experience as a journalist, perhaps play a role as well. Jayant Sinha, and this is a bit of a surprise. Many thought that he was one of the stronger performers. He's the son of Yashwant Sinha. Did some of the comments of his father affect his status? He gets MOS Aviation. He was once MOS Finance. On the other hand, many believe that this is an opportunity for Jayant Sinha in a ministry where Ashok Gajapati Raju has not exactly distinguished himself. You've got now Jayant Sinha, someone more credible, perhaps to handle an infrastructure ministry. So maybe it should not be seen in any way as a come down, but an attempt by the Prime Minister to give Jayant Sinha something more important. Arjun Meghwal gets MOS Finance. Finance Ministry has seen a rejig, and there is a message there, despite the claims of high growth rate, that maybe this was a ministry where the government could do better. Massive cabinet rejig is how we are calling it now. Smriti Irani in particular losing the Human Resource Development Ministry will be the big headline point at the end of the day, even though 19 new ministers are sworn in. Ravi Shankar Prasad moving to law. Those are some of the big news points that we've got. The big breaking news that's come in here first on India Today TV. The entire list of cabinet ministers has come out. Thanks very much for watching. We'll be back with much more with Rahul Kaval in a moment and our entire team of analysts looking at what exactly has Narendra Modi done. The Prime Minister has once again shown that never take him for granted. He can always pull off a rabbit out of the hat, and that's exactly what he's done this evening. Even people close to him have been sent a strong message. Thanks for watching. Goodbye.